Oh, hi there. I'm just about to jump on a call with one of my clients, so if you've got 2 minutes to spare, I can show you how the virtual rehearsal room works and hopefully why it could be just what you're looking for. Oh, hi. It's great to see you again. Welcome to your first virtual rehearsal room session. Thank you so much for all the information you gave me last time. Now, if there's nothing you want to add, I think we should just jump straight into it so you can get the most of your time.
That sounds great. Yeah, let's go for it.
Excellent. So, just as a reminder, we've agreed the role that I'm going to play, and we've talked about the context of the conversation as well. And we've also talked a little bit about the challenges and the behaviours that you want me to bring in. So initially, you'll be leading the conversation and we'll just see how it goes. So this is where you're going to rehearse it and you can feel free to stop it at any time. You can then try it again and change anything that you want to change. Then we'll have a bit of feedback, and this is where we each share our perspectives. Then we're going to review everything and make an agreed plan on what we're going to cover in our next session. And please feel free to record this if you feel that it will be valuable to you. So before we continue, could you please just summarise the situation and conversation that you'd like to practice one more time, please, just to make sure that we're on the same page?
Sure, absolutely. I have a job interview coming up and I'm nervous about it. I've got a client meeting in just under 2 weeks and I'm worried that I'm going to get stuck on the Q&A part. I'm best man at my best friend's wedding and I'm anxious about speaking in front of friends and family. I've been asked to chair a team meeting at work. I have to have a tricky conversation with my sister. I have an appraisal and my boss is quite authoritative. I have to deliver some difficult feedback to a direct report and they're very sensitive.
Okay, thank you. That is really, really helpful to know. So my job now is to play the part of your direct report and make sure I do that as authentically as I can, based on the situation and all the information that you've given me. And after we've had a practice, I will share some feedback with you on how you made me feel and the impact that your approach had on me. And that will be sharing things like your tone of voice, your body language, the energy you bring to the conversation and the words you use. How does that sound?
Yes, that's fine.
Excellent. So, in your own time.
Hi. Thanks very much for taking the time to chat. Sorry that it's straight before lunch. So, I wanted to talk, if it's okay, about the recent team meeting we had.
So, I feel that using words like sorry or phrases like if it's okay gave me the impression that you were feeling a little bit nervous, and that also gave me an opportunity to exploit that. I felt that you were also speaking quite quickly, which came across as you just wanting to get this conversation out of the way and deliver the feedback as quick as possible. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how long I should spend on the small talk bit, so I kind of rushed and went straight into the feedback. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, and now I can see how I should have been more comfortable being silent and listening and letting you get those things off your chest.
Great. So how about we give it another go? Do you feel comfortable going from the top again?
Yeah. Let's go back to the beginning. Why not?
Great. But before we do, I'd actually like you to think about 2 things that you'd like to do differently this time. So I'll just give you a minute to think about that.
Okay, I'm ready. Hi, good to see you. Thanks again for taking the time. I wanted to speak to you about last week's team meeting. I could see that you got visibly upset when we discussed the delayed project deadline and you went very quiet and didn't want to contribute to the rest of the meeting. The week before, you also raised your voice when you were asked for a status on the quarterly engagement figures. It got me worried about you, and it also made a couple of other team members very uncomfortable and afraid to give you constructive feedback. It now means that we're going to have to consider the way...
That was so much better. Well done. You were so much more in control that time and much more succinct. How did it feel?
Thank you. Yeah, I feel more prepared and much less afraid of having the conversation. Actually, I'm definitely more confident now about doing it for real. It's amazing, isn't it, how much easier it was when I followed the structure you gave me, and just the simplicity of, you know, sitting more centrally and occupying the space more.
Well, I mean, you did really, really well, and you took yourself out of your comfort zone. And I think you'll find that the more you practice these conversations, the easier they become, especially because you've already done it before. I think what I would say to you is keep working on those hesitations, because they can affect your perceived level of confidence. I'd also say try to make sure that you listen out for cues that the other person is giving you, because it will really make them feel like they are being truly listened to. And it will also give you a bit of an insight into their perspective and what place they're coming from as well. I think you really did a brilliant, brilliant job today. And I would actually love to hear how this feedback conversation actually goes. So please feel free to come and tell us, and don't hesitate to get in touch if there's anything else you need.
I will, thank you. I can already see where you can help our sales team with virtual pitching. And I have a friend too who's going for an internal promotion and needs some help with his interview techniques. So I'll definitely pass on your details, and hopefully we can chat